Hey guys, Coach Julia German here. Welcome to day 28 of your Everyday in May Fitness Challenge. Now today we have our final active recovery session of this challenge, and there's only a couple body parts that we haven't hit yet. We're going to hit shoulders, upper, middle, back, which this area right here might be everybody's favorite to roll. Okay? We're also going to hit groin or adductors. You can use your roller if you don't have a roller, but you have access to any of these other implements. Just a quick reminder, right? Okay, this size peanut, we have a smaller peanut, and here's a little tip. You can make one of these. You just get 2 tennis balls and some white athletic tape, and you tape them together. If you choose to use these, all right, you can mimic the positions that I'm showing you with the roller, and just know that when you roll your back, okay, if you use one of these or your homemade peanut with your tennis balls, the balls are going to go on either side of your spine, and the dip in the middle is what goes in line or down your spine, okay? All right, so let's get rolling, literally. So take your implement, if you have a roller or whichever one you're using, and you want to place it in the center of your back. A really good landmark is the bottom part of your shoulder blade, so the base, the bottom tip, inferior angle of your shoulder blade. That's where you're going to start, that's where you're leaning. Knees are bent, feet are flat, hands go behind your head. Lift your hips up, pull your hips down towards your heels. The roller comes up towards, whoop, that's a little too close there, towards the top of your shoulders. And then you push back to your middle back. Inhale, pull down, open up, exhale, push back, curl up a little bit. And that is the tip I want to give you. When you pull your hips down towards your heels, let your elbows spread wide, let your chest open. Then when you push back, draw your elbows in a little closer together and curl up a little bit. So you're creating a little extra flexion extension through your spine. And who knows, you might even feel a couple releases there. And I know when I get them, it's like, oh, that felt amazing. So 5 to 10 rolls there. And then one thing you can also do is just lean on one side a little bit more for 5 rolls and then the other, so you feel a little more pressure between the center of your spine and your shoulder blade, so it's really focused more on that side. Then for your shoulder area here, you want to place the roller or the implement right here on the back side of your armpit. So if you take your hand, your thumb, and you stick it right in your armpit, where your fingers land back here, that's where you want to be rolling, okay? Right there, right on the meat, right on the muscle, lats, teres minor, teres major, infraspinatus, that's what we're aiming for, that's what we want to roll. So get that roller in position. Whatever side you're laying on, bottom arm is extended overhead, palm faces the ceiling, you're on your side, knees are stacked. From here, all I want you to do, you can unstack your legs a little bit if you want to rock and push here. All you're going to do is just that. You're rocking off your bottom hip, and the roller's going up and down, massaging from that direction. You can rotate closed a little bit, and then rotate open a little bit. It's going to give you access to all those muscle groups that I just mentioned. After you do that 5 to 10 times or so, pause, take your hand behind your head, actually stack your knees this time. Inhale, rotate towards the floor to close. Exhale, rotate open. So 5 to 10 of these on each side as well. So you're massaging your posterior shoulder muscles as well as part of the lat in a couple different directions there, okay? For your groin, you're gonna take your roller or whatever implement and place it long ways here. And if you're working with a roller, take your knee, top knee, it's bent in line with your hip, and place it on your roller. So the roller is just above your knee, it's on the muscle. Take your top arm and place it in front of the roller. Keep your bottom leg straight-ish, and you're gonna push out so the roller comes up into you, in towards your groin, in towards your hips, your pelvis, okay? Pull back out. You push and pull here. And for a lot of people, they're like, this is really awkward, and it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of getting used to. You might find it's actually a little bit easier with one of these implements, and I'll just use this peanut real quick, to roll there. And as the one ball really massages in, you might find you access or target different parts of your quad as well, especially the VMO. So absolutely try all of these out and see what works best for you. And just make sure you do both sides, again, 5 to 10 rolls. So 2 of my favorite stretches for your back and your shoulders, we're going to do on the ground, and then we'll hit one for your groin standing. So you do want to lay on your side, knees are bent, legs are stacked, arms start out at shoulder height. If you need a support for your head, get one so you're not straining your neck. From here, inhale, exhale, you're going to open your arms straight up and across, gaze follows. So it looks just like, hitting those boxes, it's all right. Looks just like what you did on the roller a moment ago. Inhale, exhale, open, eyes follow. And you can do 3, 5, 10 of these, whatever you choose. If you find that your knees are following you, you can stack something underneath your knees or put something between your knees, between your thighs, to help give you better alignment. You don't want to feel like a sharp strain or pull back here in your low back or near your SI joint. So if your hand doesn't reach the ground as well, that's fine. You work within the range that you have access to. And the next move is called a windmill. You inhale, sweep your arm up overhead, eyes follow once again, you open back up, you end up in that sideline T-spine position. Then inhale, exhale, sweep your arm back up overhead till both hands meet, okay? Do that 3 to 5 times, more if you'd like. Again, if your hand does not reach the ground, don't force it there, okay? If this is bothering your shoulder, take your top arm, bend it, place your hand behind your head, and you're gonna use your elbow to trace the same arcing motion and see how that feels. I find that for a lot of people, my clients, if they have shoulder issues and we do this variation, it takes it out of the shoulder and they can still get benefit from it because it's a little smaller range of motion, but it's awesome because it's really massaging your shoulder blade, which if the shoulder blade is clumped up and not rotating and moving and gliding properly, it's gonna affect what happens at your shoulder, okay? So it's really great stuff. Make sure you do both sides, then come up to standing, groin stretch. Okay, so one stretch you can do, you can use your stairwell, small box or something. You're gonna face forward and then you place your other leg up, heel up, toe up. Then you're gonna do a couple hip hinges. So you lean forward, let this knee bend, you come back to standing, okay? This is massaging your groin. Slow dynamic stretch. Remember, dynamic stretches are really awesome to do any time because they provide a little bit of muscle tone, and what you do during the stretch, the benefits last a bit longer than just a general static stretch. But these are also awesome to do, and especially important to do before exercise. Okay, save the static stretching for after exercise if you want to do that. All right? There's a time and a place. So you do 10, maybe 20 of these. Then you're going to take same side arm of the leg that's up, and I want you to reach and rotate. So you're going to get a little bit more stretch here. I do find it's best if you can do this in a stairwell or if there was a wall back there so your foot is anchored a bit so it doesn't travel with you. You don't have to force it in place, but then it gives you a better feel of what your range is that you actually have access to. So maybe 10 of those. I'm going to change size just so you can see the move from a different perspective. All right, just a few reps here. So my body's facing forward, my leg is out perpendicular to my body, heel up, toe up, and then the hip hinge. All right, that famous hip hinge. It's really important for lots of things. This knee can bend, absolutely allow it to bend. Try and keep the other leg straight, but if it's hurting behind your knee, you can bend your knee a little bit. Okay, again, 5, 10, maybe 20 of those, and then you do the little arm reach rotation. Okay, now allow your hips to rotate a little bit, but once again, see if you can keep your foot steady so it's not fully rotating with you. So, if you did today's challenge, go ahead and high five yourself. Awesome job. Active recovery is so important. And I hope that you make the time, you take the time to do these things, and you review all the previous videos so you have this whole active recovery routine for your entire body. Keep up the great work. I hope you're feeling awesome. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you again for tomorrow's challenge.